placing the entire Philippines under martial law.
Good day, everyone. My name is Just Nicole Diermehe, the leader of Group 4, and we are here to discuss to all of you what is state and government in the Philippines with my members.
The learning objective of this module is to distinguish the state and government, knowing the difference of state, government, and nation, difference between presidential and parliamentary.
Understanding society. A society consists of people who share a territory, who interact with each other, and who share a culture. So ang isang lipunan daw ay binubuo ng mga taong may teritoryo na nakipag-ugnayan sa isa't isa at may kultura. The word society comes from the Latin root socius, meaning companion or being with others. Our respective societies teach us how to behave, what to believe, and how we'll be punished if we don't follow the law or customs in place. So itinuro sa atin ng mga kanilang lipunan kung paano kumilos, kung ano ang dapat paniwalaan, at kung paano tayo mapaparusahan kung hindi natin susundin ang mga batas o kaugalian na ipinatutupad. According to sociology, society is a group of people with common territory, interaction, and culture. Ngayon sa mga sociologists, ang society o lipunan ay isang pangkat ng mga tao na may isang teritoryo, interaction, at kultura. First, we have a territory. Ang teritoryo ay lupang pinaprotektahan ng isang tao o pamahalaan mula sa mga nanghihimasok o tagalabas. Next is interaction. The action or influence of people, groups, or things on one another. Ang pagkilos o impluwensya ng mga tao, grupo, o bagay sa isa't isa. Last is culture. Ang kultura ay tumutukoy sa wika, pagpapahalaga, paniniwala, pag-uugali at material na bagay na bumubuo sa paraan ng pamumuhay ng isang tao. To appreciate the nature of the state as a society, it is necessary to understand the various types of societies around the world. Upang pahalagahan ang katangian ng estado bilang isang lipunan, kailangan maunawaan ang iba't ibang uri ng lipunan sa buong mundo. Political sociologists and anthropologists recognize the evolution of societies from a simple to a more complex society. So, kinikilala ng political na sociologists at anthropologists ang pag-usbong ng mga lipunan mula sa simple tungo sa mas komplikadong lipunan. We have here types of societies. First, hunting and gathering or foraging society, characterized by the daily collection of wild plants and the hunting of wild animals as the main form of subsistence. Ito ay tumutukoy sa isang lipunan na nangangalakan ng mga produkto na kinuha mula sa hayop o halaman sa paligid. Second is horticultural society. It is characterized by vegetables grown in garden plants as the main form of subsistence. So, sa pamamagitan ng isang halaman na lumago, ito ay bilang pangunahing paraan ng ikakabubuhay ng mga tao like vegetables, fruits, flowers, ornaments, and etc. Third is pastoral society. The society rely on domesticated herb animals to meet their food needs, kung saan ang pagpaparami at pagsasaka ng mga alagang hayop ay isang pangunahing uri ng produksyon. Agricultural society is primarily fixed farming using the plow and beast of burden like cows or carabaos. So ang pangunahing ginagamit sa pagsasaka ay ang arakasan tulad ng mga baka o kalabaw. Last is industrial society. It is a society driven by the machinery like tractor is used of mass production of good and agriculture. Ito ay isang lipunan na ginagamitan ng makinarya tulad ng tractor na ginagamit sa malawakang paggawa ng mga kalakal at agrikultura. To appreciate the nature of the state as a society, it is necessary to understand the various types of societies around the world. Para palaghan ang katangian ng Estado bilang isang lipunan, kailangan maunawaan ng iba't ibang uri ng lipunan sa buong mundo. Political sociologists and anthropologists recognize the evolution of societies from a simple to a more complex society. So, kinikilala ng political na sociologists at anthropologists ang pag-usbong ng mga lipunan mula sa simple tungo sa mas komplikadong lipunan.
Two approaches in defining the states. There's a two perspective or discipline vying explaining the meaning and nature of the states. First, the normative approach of the law or political science, and the descriptive or empirical approach of psychology or anthropology. First is normative approach. Normative approach is judge the reality as it should be the usually judged as social reality or phenomenal using a set of norms or ideas standards. Thus, it's judged the certain society whether it's the state or not using some fixed norm. Empirical approach. The empirical approach or the psychology or anthropology definition and understanding the state is research based and relate to the various theory or methodical in the social search or descriptive approach often classifies societies into states and non-state societies based on some indicators established by ethnographic research studies. And one important empirical definition of states is definition offered by German psychologist Max Weber. For him, a state is a compulsory associate of legitimate use of force. Weber's in Ferkish, 1974. The normative approach among lawyers, law students of political science, the state is commonly defined as a community of persons. The word person in the juridical or legal parlance has a specific meaning commonly known by lawyers. As defined the Philippine law, a person can either be natural, individual with the human right, or artificial juridical as corporation or companies. Thus, under the definition, a state is composed of both natural and artificial persons, more or less numerous are residing in fixed theory, either government and sovereignty. The four elements, people, theory, government, and sovereignty. People. This refers to the population of people, whether young or old, male or female, natural or artificial, residing with the states. Theory. Theory is of the state includes the land, inland, water, such as rivers, lakes, brooks, area of the seas, and its under marine lives and seabeds, which abounds upon coast airspace above it. Government. Government, societally speaking, every type of society has some kind of leadership or authority structures which provides directions to a normative group, tribes, chiefdom, or states. But not all societies have centralized authority, bureaucracy, or machinery, or official which runs complex societies like modern states. Sovereignty. Sovereignty is an abstract concept which is basically connected to the state's powers. A state cannot exist if it cannot exercise social controls over citizens, which can result in anarchy, chaos, and the proliferations of private armies. Public power characteristic. Police power may sometimes use taxing powers of implement for the attainment of dignity police objective. Police power is dynamic, not static, and must move with the moving society it is supposed to regulate. Police power is considered the most versatile the least limitable and the most demanding power. Police power is the power to enact and enforce the law for regulating public order and welfare. Power of expropriation is the power to take private property for public use. Requisites of expropriation: necessity, private property, just compensation.
Power of taxation. Power to impose and collect revenues for the operation of the government for the people. BIR or Bureau of Internal Revenue is responsible of collecting, assessing, and imposing taxes to be used for public operation of the government. The purpose of taxation is to raise funds to support the government and the services for the public. The importance of taxation is derived from the unavoidable obligation of the government to protect the people and extend benefits. Inherent in sovereignty, essentially legislative function.
Ordinary people tend to equate the word state and government as if they refer to the same reality. They use the word interchangeably, but a closer look at these two terms reveal a technical difference. Ang state ay ang komunidad ng isang tao na may sapat na bilang upang suportahan ang kanyang sarili. May apat ito na elemento, ito ay ang mamamayan, soberenya, pamahalaan at teritoryo. Hindi maaaring umiral ang isang state kung walang government dahil ito ay nagbibigay ng ekonomiya at political na direction sa lipunan. Sa mga tuwid, ang state ay isang political concept. A government can exist without a state, as in the case of the non-state society. Chiefdom in a barangay of old, for instance, was a political organization with a dato as a chief rule, assisted by a council of elder or relatives. Ang government ay umiiral sa demokrasya o republika. Sa ganitong paraan ng pamamahala, ang kapangyarihan ay nagmumula sa mga mamamayan ng bansa. Mamimili ang mga mamamayan na nais nilang maging manguno sa isang bansa. There's a three types of the government, which is ehekutibo, legislatibo, and hudikatura. Ang ehekutibo ito ay pinamamahalaan ng Pangulo. Ang legislatibo ay tagagawa ng mga batas sa pamahalaan. Ang hudikatura naman ay siyang nagpapakahulugan sa mga batas. Sabihin nito ay siya yung nagbibigay ng hatol kung naayon ba ito sa batas ng bansa. Ang kapangyarihan ng tatlong ito sa government ay pantay-pantay lamang. The word nation is technically synonymous to people in state. It is identified as a group of people bound together by a certain characteristic such as common origin, language, custom, and traditions, and who believe that they are one and distinct from others. Pero tatandaan nyo pa rin na ang state at nation ay magkaiba pa rin. Ang state ay isang political concept at ang nation naman ay isang ethnic concept or cultural concept.
The importance of government. Government plays a major role in functioning society, ensuring citizens do not encroach the other rights, creating rules and regulation, and maintaining beneficial relationship with other states. The importance of government is to provide essential services, fulfill the fundamental duties of safety, prosperity, and justice, ensure the rights of each human, and protect the country so that citizens, business, and organization have the ability to pursue happiness, live a healthy life, and chase opportunities. I have here on 5 functions of the government. Number 1. Keep society's order. It is the most important function of the government because if you can keep the societies in order, you are nervous about the things you are afraid of happening because you know you are protected. Number 2. Provide public services. Governments provide things that make citizens' life easier. Some examples are transportation, education, healthcare, clean water. Number 3. Provide for national security. It is important function that people notice when it is missing. This means keeping your country secure from 2 types of threats. The first is outside enemy. It is the invader's hostile nation. The second is Internal threats, it is the rebellions and terrorism. Number 4. Promote standard of behavior. Rules of conduct are established and ways to enforce them are found. This is not the same in keeping societies ordered. Governments make choose about what standard they set, but people you know what they are. And number 5, make economic decision. This relate back to the economic principles. Government must decide how to allocate the nation's resources.
The importance of the government in the Philippines. The Philippines government is vital to the state and its citizens as it maintains law and order, provides essential services, and protects the country's sovereignty. It has three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. The government provides basic services such as healthcare and education, and promotes economic growth by supporting local industries and attracting foreign investment. It ensures that these services are accessible to all Filipinos regarding of their social or economic status. The difference between presidential and parliamentary. The difference between presidential and parliamentary system of government is the way in which the executive branch is structured. In a presidential system, the president is both the head of the state and head of government, and is elected separately from the legislature. In parliamentary system, the prime minister is the head of government and is elected by the legislature, while the monarch or a ceremonial president serves as the head of state. This difference leads to different power dynamics of decision-making processes within the government. In a presidential system, the president has more independent power and can veto legislation, while in parliamentary system, the prime minister must rely on the support of the legislature to pass laws and make decisions. Many different forms of government. Here are some of the most common forms of government. First, democracy, a system of government in which power is held by the people, either directly or through elected representatives. Number 2, monarchy, a form of government in which a single person, usually king or queen, holds all the power. Number 3, dictatorship, a government in which one person, often a military leader, holds all the power and makes all the decisions. Number 4, republic, a form of government in which power is held by elected representatives rather than a monarch or dictator. Number 5, anarchy, society without a formal government or ruling authority.